Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Hey, just got done laying in the TMR to the milk cows. Extreme hot weather up here in Michigan next few days. You can combat that with fresh, cool feed. Got a cow in heat over there. Hey, where's that bull at? Using this mixer and switching away from these silos, using all bags, giving me a lot of different avenues to feed cows. So what I did was I had some first cutting last year that we bagged. Didn't really know if we were going to need it or not, so I had some grassier stuff. So I bagged it anyway. Well, we've got a surplus of hay. I'm not going to have to dip into my stuff I just chopped last month, probably for a month or two. Got about a whole nother bag. The front half is that grassy stuff I wanted to fill. I didn't want to leave the bagger out there, is why I did it about a year ago, 13, 14 months ago. So we filled it with a grassier piece. We've since no-tilled corn into it this year. But anyway, a nutritionist was out and he says, that'd be perfect stuff for your heifers or your dry cows. So I got to thinking, well, I want to try feeding the dry cows a TMR, because I got an issue feeding their mineral. Kind of like I did here before I switched to this TMR. I was trickling their mineral on top. Worked okay, but it needs to be really mixed in that feed. So now I'm gonna grab some hay. We're gonna drive down about a mile, mix in some corn silage, mix in the mineral and the TMR, and lay it into the dry cows and heifers. So that's what's going on. Lots going on. We gotta get it going so we don't get burned up in this heat. Let's go. Just a few scoops, 2,000 pounds. Now we'll make a 1 mile trek down the dry cow lot. Now, if we did this in the winter, we would definitely need a cab on this tractor, but for right now, let's just enjoy the views and enjoy the weather. Let's go. Here's some of your silage corn we planted. That's second cutting alfalfa. I'll be cutting that next, probably in a couple days. I got to get some drier stuff down for the round baler. We're going in here next. We're going to continue to fill bag. Second cutting, beautiful, beautiful crop. A lot of rain started this summer. More of our fields down here. Look at that corn. Very happy with the way that start that's got. Corn alfalfa on the left. Destination on our left. Cows look to be waiting patiently. Cows and heifers. First thing I'll do is I'll throw a bag of mineral in this bucket and we'll dump it in first. Before I could do this, I had to make sure that this would reach in the Penta, and it barely does. So we're good to go. It's not like dumping in my loader. You know, you got high visibility, easy clearance, but it gets the job done. It gets in the mixer nonetheless. They can rip this off. Just dump it in here. That's how I used to feed my mineral up at the main farm, but now I've got it mixed right in my dry corn that gets delivered. Heifer going to the watering trough. have a little corn mixed in there. Definitely like my loader 100 times better, but it works. A lot of flies down there, little gnats. All the way up. You gotta drive all the way in, guys. Look at this. How I dump. Up close and personal to the mixer. Turn that mixer on. Looking for about 1,500 more pounds. All right, there's your mix. 2,000 hay, 2,000 corn silage, and their mineral. Looks like a very dry, dull blend, but that's what they want down here at the dry cow lot. You want a low energy, nothing wild, just rest and relaxation. Now we go in. Let's go. We'll probably even get a chocolate thunder sighting. There he is, chewing his cud. What I do is I open this gate up, drive right in. So far, they haven't ran out on me. They know I got the feed. Come in, loop around, back in by that H bunk. Old dairy barn here. Grandpa bought this, I believe, in '65. Get you an update on this. I'll try to do a history of this place. Milk and stanchion barn in there. Make this turn, everybody out of the way, nice and easy. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Give her a little back up like so. Hey, get out of there, you little. Oh, now. These are the smart ones. Out of my way, waiting patiently. Make this turn, I've noticed once I get to the end here. Now I've got a J bunk, my feet on the outside. There you go, guys. Direct dump, nice and quick, nice and easy. Got more coming, y'all. Get out and check this feed right quick. Yeah, she's cool. A little bit of coolness to her. Tell me if that's how that looks for your dry cow, guys. Bon appetit. Is that what they say? And that, my friends, is how I'm feeding them. The dry cows and heifers and chocolate thunder. That's what 65 head calls for. Let me try to find his little guy. He's gonna be getting ready to be moved out. Look at the shine on these girls. Gonna head down to the breed some girls. There he is. There's my boy. There's my little boy. How you doing, young man? Got a lot different build than anybody else. He's just a, oh, he's got his willy hanging out again. Look at the rump on him. He's got cows and heifers constantly pushing on him and leaning on him. He's kind of like a little, reminds me of a fat bellied pig. But he's going to be in all his glory once he gets with about 25 young heifers. So that's it, guys. That's how we feed TMR. Let me know if you think it's a better way of doing it. before we did it, he took some scoops out of that corn silage bag, and we just lay them in here and give them dry hay. Separate it. This way, she's mixed completely. Mineral mixed in, you can't even see it, which is common. And that's all they'll need all day. One shot, knock it out. So direct dump, tell me what you think. I think we're slowly evolving. I think this is gonna be the way that we feed probably every animal on this farm for the most part. It's gonna be with a mixer someday. That's what I envision. It's just faster, it's easier, and a lot less waste. It's hard to waste this stuff. Round bales of hay, they pull it and they drag it and they lay on it, you know, but nonetheless, we get the job done. In the afternoon, update on the cattle in this heat wave. I said there's a heck of a breeze blowing through here. This is where a lot of them want to stand and huddle. Never used to huddle here in the past. There was a wall here and a silo. This was a very hot area actually. Now it's probably the coolest spot in the barn. I had to back off on some of their feed. There's Big Red right there, broadside. Back off on some of their feed because they just weren't eating. You know, I'm talking 100 degrees, 9,500, heat index of 110. Cows laying down in odd places. Let's head in and check them out. Yeah, the weather's supposed to break here after today. It's supposed to cool off, but you know, you've never see cows laying down there randomly, panting like that, laying in the alleys. It's just, they do goofy things when it's this hot, but they're gonna come out of it. That I promise you. They're still munching on the feed. See, it's cooler under here in this roof. Yeah, I got one laying down right there. I'll tell you, the feed that's in here it's cool. And another thing I haven't been doing, usually once I get done feeding in the morning with the mixer, I'll refill it for tonight. Or if it's at night, I'll refill it immediately for the next morning. But with these temperatures, and I don't mix that TMR up until I am ready to go dump it in. So the mixer's sitting empty. Once we get these cattle corralled up for night milking, I'll assess what's in the bunks. But yeah, I've had to back off the feeding. I had to lower the TMR poundage rate by almost 1,500 pounds. They just weren't eating. I mean, they're just sitting there panting, but they're gonna come out of it because it's gonna get down in the 60s tonight. Yeah, they've got the bunks eaten down, but not like usually. And you don't want anything left in this. And this kind of heat, it'll just get hot and spoil. So basically hanging out at the watering troughs. More watering troughs up there. Yeah, it's a little makeshift building that we put up. Look at the way they're standing there eating or drinking. Perfectly in the shade. This is a heifer that's gonna calve soon. Just brought her up. But yeah, made sure we put a nice overhang so they'd be just out of the sun while they're drinking. That was a good idea. I think they said we had a cow calve. Well, there's a baby calf. Yep, there's mom. Big old veteran cow here. Oh, there's a concerned aunt. Wow, look at that calf. Look at the stretch she's putting on. Nothing down there. That's a heifer. So that cow's probably had 6 calves. Older cow, big old beast of a cow. It's like the calf turned out to, yep, little triangle. Calf looks about just like her. There they are together. So it's got milk. Nope. See, a lot of guys think when you take the calves from the cow, you know, it's not nice, but some of these cows, they just want to be left alone. They want to be let out. They're not all about just hanging out with the baby all the time, but there it is. We just got her up, and now she's gonna nurse. So that's gonna be good. Let's get out of here. She's in the position. That'll be what the calf gets to eat tonight, so we won't have to feed that calf. We're gonna leave these two right in here. See what we just started? Mama baby nursing session. On that note, guys, I hope everybody's having a good 4th of July weekend. TMR feeding down at the dry cow lot. TMR feeding everywhere, so I think that's going to be a lot better for us. And hope everybody's just enjoying their family. And 250 years we've been a country, pretty cool. I don't think we're going to be doing much. Duty calls, what can we say? This is a 7-day-a-week gig. Oh, look at this cow. Got a nice little breeze here, sitting on the corner alley in the sand. How clean she is. But take care, guys. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your freedom. See you in the next video. God bless.